Oh, Newcastle! What a welcome! My God! Now have we got a baby in the crowd? I need a baby. I need a. Anyone got one in the car we can go and get and bring it in here? What about one at home? I'll settle for a toddler. Can we get a toddler up here? I'll settle for a teenager vaping. Can you get your vape out, buddy? And let's have a crack. We'll film it. No, of course I'm talking about what happened with the baby. And it happened in my show the other night. A woman started breastfeeding and someone said, that's disgusting. And I was spewing. I just latched on. And, but anyway, people are a bit confused. They're staring at me going, oh, really? Another lesbian comedian. And check me out. I look like a lesbian. Not like the ones on your phone, buddy. The real ones. And... there was a mix-up with the hairdresser. I said, can you make me cool like one of Wu-Too Clan? She thought I said K.D. Lang. So, or as my mum once said, you're looking more like Dawn Fraser every day. So, woo! Oh, yeah. Clap that. Gold for Australia. I've also had Renee Lawrence from the Barley Nine. That's not a boy band. That's a drug smuggling syndicate. I've had Magda Skabansky. I've had them all. Well, I haven't because they're lesbians. But anyway, I am the full package, ladies. I go to bed every night with a CPAP machine. That's right. I don't know if anyone's cool enough here to know what a CPAP machine is. It's an oxygen mask with a hose. Hello, ladies, with a hose. As I said to my wife, time to make love to Snuffleupagus. Here we go. And it's for sleep apnea and snoring. I know, you just can't go to the Chemist Warehouse and get one. You've got to go and do a test at a hospital. It's medicinal, you understand. Had to go to a hospital on a Friday night. This doctor put 25 electrodes on my body, wires attached to a computer, and he's like, he put a thing on my head, he stuck a wire on my head, he stuck a wire on my back, one on my bum, he put a thing blowing air out my nose. He goes, all right, lie down and go to sleep. I'm like a trussed up chicken here. I'm like... You've got to go to sleep. I said, it's 7:30 on a Friday night. I haven't had my bedtime bong and my pack of twisties yet. He goes, you've got to go to sleep. I said, are you going to read me a story? Or, Anyway, I tried to go to sleep. I read a book. I watched TV. I did other things. I don't want to go into details, but I did some things twice, and it didn't work. At 1:30, the doctor wanders in like this. Oh, you're not really sleeping, are you? I said, oh, can you tell that from my electrodes? He goes, no, I've been watching you on that camera. Oh, no. Would you like anything? I said, a copy of my sex tape. That'd be awesome. Anyway, so you have to wear this CPAP. And it makes noise, apparently. It's like sleeping next to Darth Vader, apparently. I said to my wife, I'm like a fighter pilot, yeah? I'm like Top Gun, yeah? She said, yeah, you're the fucking goose, that's for sure. Look like you ate a goose. And no, you've got to wear it when you're sleeping, when you're napping. I had a bit of insight of my future. I was napping the other day. I had it on, and I saw my 3 kids enter the room. And I saw them gather at the end of the bed. And I heard one of them say, I think we should turn the machine off. I'm not dead yet, bloody hell. Keep your hands on my twisties, all right? Come on. I'm impressed you're all here. It's Saturday. People got things on, haven't they? Parents, people are so busy. One of my mates goes, Monday night I got calisthenics. Tuesday night I got gymnastics. Wednesday night girl guides. He's got no kids, this bloke. He's just, Thursday night circus skills. I'm like, what's that? He goes, the kids learn clowning and that. I go, what, you got to learn how to live in a caravan and become a raging alcoholic? That sounds... Oh, my kids to do carny skills. That'd be great. Friday night, the big one, little athletics. Oh, my God. Has anyone done that? That is a rort. That is because you just can't sit in your car and eat your sausage roll. The guy comes and knocks on the window, goes, you got to help, mate. You got to go. You got to help. I did 8 hours of unpaid work the other night. I said, who's running this joint? Then I saw him, George Columbaris, over there. I'm going to give potential parents, 2 words. This is all you need. This is all that entertained us in the 70s and the 80s. Totem tennis. That was it. Remember totem tennis? Okay. It was just like a metal pole in the ground, right? with the string like that on a tennis ball, and you had those rackets with the crisscross pattern. You just go in the backyard for hours, and your brother would, Mummy's hitting it too hard, and my mate go, but does it teach the kids about conflict resolution? Yeah, well, my brother used to pull it out of the ground and chase me around like a spear, and I'd grab the string and use it like a tourniquet around his neck and just pull really hard. Then Dad would come running out, grab those bats and whack us on the bum. They look like waffles for months. Like, whack, whack, whack. Yeah, it used to send my dad into a fit of rage, totem tennis. There were a few things that sent Kev, my father, into a fit of rage. Number 1, totem tennis. Number 2, parent-teacher night. Now, that's normally a time to learn about your beautiful child's achievements, but not for Kevin. Because I was shocked when my son started high school. The kid comes along with you now and sits with you as the teacher lies to your face about your own child. I couldn't believe it. The teacher's like, your son's very sensitive, he's very intelligent. What, this fucking kid? Are you sure? Like, check the spelling. O'Neill, apostrophe N-E-I-L. Did we go along with our mum and dad to parent-teacher night? No. We stayed home, didn't we? And pretended to be asleep under the doona. And you'd hear Dad's station wagon screeching around the corner. You'd hear the back wire door bang open. You'd hear Mum go, don't go too hard on them, Kevin. and you could hear him pulling off his belt going, woo, woo, woo. What, is that a helicopter? Woo, woo. And he come running in and he said, you said you got a B in maths, so it's actually a D, but you changed it on the way home with a black pen, you little shit. Whack, 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 whack. Yeah, that would send him to a spiral of violence. And then the third thing that used to really set him off was chicken. Now, bear with me for a minute. It's a bit unusual, but he went to Vietnam last year on a Kentucky tour, and he served in Vietnam. He volunteered for the Vietnam War. Yeah, he was 1971 when he had 4 boys under 6 at home. Yeah. I always wondered why. Then I had 3 kids. I fucking know why. Like, I'd go to Ukraine tomorrow if I could. So, get me on that plane. And so anyway, he went to Vietnam. He was on an Air Force base fixing aeroplanes, helicopters. He actually liked it. But he got chicken every day, and he didn't like it. It was bad chicken, it was stringy, it was dry. So when he came back, he said to Mum, Joyce, no more chicken. We're not having chicken in this house ever again. So I grew up with no chicken. I was 5 when he came back, never had chicken, until, of course, my middle child brother, Mark. You know, the middle child, the difficult one. You know, the Jan Brady of the family. For example, at the end of year 10, he got asked to leave school because he set fire to the chemistry lab while he was supposed to be getting changed for Oklahoma the musical. Yeah. Now, we all know Bunsen burners are tempting, but Jesus. So what used to happen in the 80s and the 70s is that the principal just got Mark in his office on a Friday and said, Mark, I just spoke to your parents. Today, you're a year 10 student. Tomorrow, you're going to be an apprentice bricklayer. He's like, what? He goes, yeah. Tomorrow, you're getting the train to the end of the line. You're going to walk to the building site and ask for Gary, your new boss. All right, good luck setting fire to the mud. See you later, Mark. Bye. But see, Mark was naughty, and to defy my father, he got a job at KFC. Yeah. And we'd never had KFC, right? I would have been 12, I'd never had KFC. So I still remember Mark's first shift, came home about 11 o'clock at night, Mum and Dad are asleep. He just stood in the doorway with a bucket of KFC under his arm. Me and my other brother, are asleep in the bunk beds. He wakes us up, and he's like, do you guys want to try some chicken? Some Kentucky Fried Chicken? And he's got this crazed fucking look in his eyes because of all the MSG and the 12 herbs and spices and the Pepsi Max has just gone to his brain. Do you want to try some chicken? And we're like, yeah, because we could smell it. We're like, please, give us some chicken. He goes, we'll fucking beg for it. And we're like, please, Mark, can we have some chicken? And he just threw it at us like this. We had to catch it and eat it under our Star Wars doona. We're like, oh, best thing we'd ever tasted. All of a sudden, Dad wakes up like, fucking flashback. And he's like, what's that smell? No one's eating chicken in my house, are they? So he just came running out with the belt, took Mark out in one hit. There's chicken everywhere. And then I can only remember he was only wearing a singlet. So as he was hitting us, he was trying to hide his ghoulies like this, like, whack, 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 whack. Has this happened to anyone else? It's a very particular memory, isn't it, Kev? I don't want you to think he's a bad dad. Hitting your kids in the 70s, that was just like throwing rubbish out your window or burning shit in the backyard. That's what they did. It was all part of the 70s childhood, but he passed away a couple of years ago, Kev, and I inherited his car. I wanted the house, but I got his car. As the lawyer said, David, you've inherited Kevin's beloved 1993 Toyota Camry. It's like, they are the worst cars. Because I don't know about when you're driving your Audi, sir. Like, the 93 door doesn't stay open when you get out. It comes right back at you. Comes right back at you. You know, doors stay open these days. It comes right back at you, which is hard for a large man because I'm often getting in with a Big Mac, large fries and a Diet Coke. The Diet Coke offsets the fatty food. I don't know if you know. It's a chemical reaction going on in my stomach. So it's not good. And he's also got all these stickers on the back of his car that are a bit controversial. And my brothers are like, you got to keep them on. They're a tribute to our father, Kevin. So I'll go through them. I'm interested to see what you reckon. Number one sticker, Freemasons. Because he was, I'm looking around. Anyone having experience with a goat here before? Like, fond of wearing aprons in a hall with other men? No? Okay. Second sticker, the Scouts symbol. Oh, yeah. He was a scout leader for 60 years. Any former scouts? Yeah. Oh, scout. Good on you. We used to sit around the campfire and join in, sir. Ging, gang, gooly, 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 watcha. Ging, gang, goo. Ging, gang, goo. Singing a Kayla. Don't touch me. Anyway, whatever. Third sticker, Vietnam veteran and proud of it because he was there. He was a Vietnam veteran. He was there for a year. He came back a year later. He hadn't changed, but we had a new half-brother called Tran. And he's great. He's a doctor now, great kid. And the fourth sticker's really depressing. Collingwood member 2001. I know. Look, I saw an ankle bracelet flashing before. There must be a Collingwood supporter in here somewhere. So it's confusing for the average punter. They drive down the road, they see all these stickers, they go, who's going to be driving this car? Going to be some sort of goat fondling, baby killing, toothless bogan? They look in, they go, oh, fuck, it's a lesbian. Look at that. It's me, guys. So, I don't know how many lesbian jokes you can do, but I'm certainly having a crack. Anyway, he's got one more sticker. Get ready. Got one more sticker. He thought he was pretty funny, Kev, the father of a comedian. They gave him license to be funny. Don't judge me, judge him, all right? He's got a sticker. He was 86 when he passed that says, I'm not gay, but $20 is $20. Imagine me unveiling that at the Freemasons. Oh, you've done it again, Kev. That's hilarious. And all my kids are like, that sticker's offensive, Dad. You got to take it off. I'm like, oh, really? I've already made $200 this week. Like, $20 is $20. Come on. No, the kids, they don't approve. They don't approve of that. I've got a son. Oh, I'm so proud of him. He's 20 years old. He's doing arts at university. Oh, my God. So proud of him. 2 subjects a year. How does he do it? 4 contact hours a week. Oh, my God. How does he do it? I said, arts at uni, when you graduate, there's no ceremony. There's just a minibus. Picks you up at the university, takes you straight to Centrelink. It's awesome, so get onto it. He's doing some great subjects. He's doing gender studies. That's right, gender studies. I know you're going, we're in Newcastle, there's only 2. But no. Not at uni, there's about 100. And anyway, I have to help him write his essays. He goes, Dad, can you help me write this essay? It's on when pornography clashed with feminism in the early 80s. I said, well, I'll do the porno bit. And he's like, pornography in the early 80s, Dad? Do you know anything about that? I'm like, oh, fucking hell, mate. I was 18 in 1982. I'm a fucking expert. Don't worry about that. I'll check my archives. Let's have a look. Concerned about the environment. He has a go at me about my shirts. He's like, Dad, that shirt you're wearing, that was made by a third world slave in a Bangladeshi sweatshop. All of a sudden, there's a knock on the door. I go, who's that? He goes, oh, that's my Uber Eats. I go, oh. Speaking of third world slaves, here's an Indian student on his bicycle. My youngest son, he's 15. He's in a gang at school. That's right. Yeah, I know. He's in a gang. He goes to a big high school. He gets in the car. He's like, Dad, I've joined a gang at school. Yeah, we meet in the library. It's not a gang, mate. That's a victim support group. Like... What are you going to do? Challenge the science club to a game of Quidditch on the Oval, mate? Or what are the Smurfs going to do next? And they all vape. They're all on the vapes, and they all think they're tough. But it's hard to be tough when you smell like strawberry shortcake, isn't it? Like, oh, here come the blueberry boys. Look out. Oh, no. It's the common cherries. Oh, yeah, you got to be tough to vape. Yeah, it's not tough, though, is it? It's not tough. Remember smoking was tough? Remember you get on a train, and all the tough guys that get on, the skinheads, they get on with their Winnie Blues, and they come up to you like this, they're like, what are you fucking looking at? They blow your smoke in your face. You go, I'm just hanging out with my mates. He's doing computers at TAFE. Leave us alone. He's gonna be a genius one day. Now you get on the train or the bus, and the tough guys come with their vapes. They're like, what are you looking at? And you're like, that's nice. Is that coconut? What have you got there? Oh, it's pineapple. Oh, I've got guava. Why are we fighting? Come on, mate. We don't smoke. Anyone smoke? Have a bit of ciggy, a bit of a durry. We all know what that means, don't we? Have a smoke. Have a ciggy. What's the symbol for vaping, though? Anyone know? I did a gig for young office workers. A woman said, do you want to come outside, have a bit of a... I'm like, what? It's not my birthday. What's going on? Like... They don't tell me about hot boxing. That's two vapes at the same time. I don't want a bit of that. I want a bit of... bit of mango, bit of mint. At least he's not on those scooters. God, they're annoying. They're the new enemy, aren't they, of middle-aged men in station wagons. The scooter. It used to be cyclists, but now I know most of them because they're all middle-aged men. Like, have a look at this fucking... Oh, it's Terry. How you going, Terry from the med shed? How are you, mate? On those scooters. Oh, man. One of the dads at school, he's having a rough time. Whatever. He's over 50, and he goes, could you help me make my mind up? I don't know whether to get an electric scooter or an electric skateboard. I said, why don't you get an electric chair and fucking kill yourself? Seriously. You are a disgrace to the family. Yeah, and my kids are on the gram. My daughter's like, the boys, they're addicted to the gram. I thought they were on heroin. I didn't know what was going on. It's the Instagram, on the gram. And I had an Instagram incident in high school. Instagram, my son gets in the car. Dad, we had an Instagram incident in high school today. I go, what happened? Show me the photos. He shows me the photos. All the photos of a sick pigeon in the quadrangle. So I think the pigeon landed and all the impulse and links killed it, basically. They're like, bah, bah. And so some kid's taken a photo of it, thought it was funny, and put it on Instagram. I go, so that's it? That's the Instagram incident? No, Dad, it gets worse. He put a label on it saying this is Tarquin Jones Smythe, another year 9 boy, and Tarquin got really upset being labelled a sick pigeon on the internet, and he started crying, and his mum had to come pick him up and take him home. Because that's bullying, Dad. That's bullying. Is it? I suppose. Well, mate, I went to school in the 70s, mate, and the 80s. Bullying was like a subject, you know what I mean? Like, you could do smoking and bullying in the one unit, like... So this is what used to happen at my high school. I started in 1977. They'd lock you in a metal locker, okay? That wasn't enough. They'd carry you out to the top of the oval, okay? Then they'd push you down the oval while you're still in the locker. Before you could get out, some kid would wee on it. Then you'd stick your head out. Then the PE teacher would walk along, put his foot on your head and go, oh, look at this cocket, everyone. Hey! And my son's like, Dad, I'm so sorry that happened to you. I said, I wasn't in the locker. I was doing the weeing, mate. Don't worry about me. So is that it? Is that the Instagram incident? No, Dad, it gets worse. One of the girls saw it, one of the year 12 girls saw it, and she's a vegan animal activist. Yeah, and she made up posters of a pigeon holding a machete, and it said, I'm coming for you, year 9 boys, and stuck them all around the school. So wherever we walked, we saw a pigeon holding a machete. I'm like, oh my God, it was really freaking us out, Dad. And tomorrow they're having an assembly, and they want all the year 9 parents to come to discuss the Instagram incident. I said, mate, I will take a day off the job I do not have to drive you to school to attend the Instagram incident assembly. So we rock up the next day, he goes, you coming in, Dad? I said, oh, in a minute, mate, you go in. I go into the boot, I get out the pigeon costume that I'd hired, right? I put it on. I grab my rubber machete and go running in, hey, you fuckers! Yeah, he got suspended anyway, whatever, I can't go within 100 metres of the school, so suits me fine. I didn't want to do school pickup anymore anyway, so... Oh, yeah. Well, I'm getting good vibe up here. I feel like I'm Taylor Swift at the MCG. I'm getting like... That's very similar, I feel. Anyone go... My teenage daughter went to Tay Tay. Anyone go to Tay Tay? Yeah, my teenage daughter went, my wife went, and they made all those friendship bracelets. Did you see them with the song lyrics on them and stuff? And so we had plastic all over our house. And my daughter was like, you should come along. I said, it'd be wrong for a fat middle-aged bloke like me to stand down the front of Tay Tay. Some things just don't fit. It's like I got on the plane the other day and I saw Grant Denyer sitting in the exit row with extra leg room. I'm like... I had to go sit down the back in the fat fucker section next to Shane Jacobson. And but anyway, so they were making these friendship bracelets, right? And they had plastic all over the house, okay? And the other night I made lasagna. Whatever. I know it's impressive. And quite the master chef. And making lasagna, they were all eating the lasagna, and my kid's like, oh my God, I got a bit of plastic in my mouth. And it was one of the beads. And it said L. I go, well, that's L for lasagna. Look at that. Anyway, my wife's like, everyone put down their knives and forks. We're eating microplastic. I said, that's fucking macroplastic, that thing. Don't worry about that. And I kept eating. She goes, what are you eating for? I said, well, I grew up in the 70s and the 80s. I grew up eating plastic. You know what I mean? Like, I was always sucking on a Zupa Duper or a Glug or a Raz or a Sunny Boy. Or what were the lime ones called, anyone? Zap. Yes. And my favourite, though, my absolute favourite, you go to the corner shop and get a frozen Fred Flintstone to suck on. I don't know if... It's very hard to explain to the young people. You could go to the shop and you had a choice of who you're going to suck off, Fred or Barney. You know what I mean? Like, or even Dino the dinosaur. As I said to the kids, mate, relax, just eat it. The plastic will just pass through you. It'll pass through you. The next day, I said to the kids, oh my God, I've got blood in my stool. No, hang on. It says bad blood. Shit house. But anyway, I'll keep doing that joke because it annoys the kids. No. They just ignore me, especially the oldest one. He's just on Reddit all day. You know what Reddit is? It's like Facebook for younger people. And they just do subjects and then they make all comments and they interact and everything. That's all he does. Like the other day he goes, Dad, come and have a look at Reddit. They're ranking Australia's unfunniest comedians. So I go in there and there's a whole list of all the famous comedians. Oh, I know. Oh, that's a bit rough. Oh my God. I said to my son, well, that's good. At least I'm not on there. He goes, Dad, you haven't scrolled down far enough. But it's really annoying me because everything refers to Reddit. Yeah, mate, can you go empty the dishwasher? Oh, I'm just going to get on Reddit and see what are the top 5 tips for emptying dishwashers. Fucking hell, mate. Just empty the dishwasher. It annoys me. It annoys his mother. And so what I've done, I've created a couple of personas that regularly interact with him on Reddit. Now, I'm pretty sure he's Fortnite Fan 21, right? Pretty cool name. And so I've created a young woman called Hot Pants 69. And she's quite attractive. And she put up a subject heading the other day, why teenage boys are hot if they clean up their rooms. And, oh my God. It just went off. Like Switch 16, never been kissed, me again. Said, I would only have a pash. I don't know if that's the language they use, but anyway, I'm from the 80s. I would only have a pash a teenage boy if they clean up their room. And then Hornback 21, me again. Said, yeah, Fred, grouse. Now, again, I don't know if that's the language the kids are using, but Fortnite Fan 21. Then about 5 minutes later, my son comes out and goes, yeah, Dad, I'm thinking about cleaning up my room. Because I was saying on Reddit, I'm like, yes, it's working. But I'm not stupid. I've created a couple of male personas that interact with him. Created a young man, an incel character called Hairy Nutsacks with an X. And he's quite provocative on there. He said the other day, I don't have any pronouns. I've just got an adjective and a noun. Massive schlong. Ha ha ha. Fortnite Fan 21's right in there. This is meant to be a safe space for girls and women. Hairy Nutsacks. Hits back with, stop sucking up to the frigid moles, you tool. Again, that's an insult from 1981. But anyway, it's all hotting up. It's hotting up on Reddit because Fortnite Fan 21 is very keen on Hot Pants 69 and wants to meet. In fact, the meeting happened last Saturday because, Fortnite Fans 21 like, where do you live? Oh, I live around there. Do you want to meet? All right. So anyway, last Saturday at midday, I'm sitting in a cafe waiting for my son, thinking, this is pretty funny. I'm catfishing my own son. And the twist is I'm dressed as a young woman. So picture it if you will. And Anyway, I'm waiting for him, and in walks the dad from school, the scooter dad. I'm like, what are you doing here? He goes, oh, mate, I've been on this Reddit pretending to be a young bloke. I go, who are you? He goes, I'm Fortnite fan 21. He goes, who are you? I said, I'm Hot Pants 69. Hornbag 21, Swiss 16, never been kissed, hairy nut sacks. Anyway, I don't want to go into details what happened because it's personal. But you know what they say. $20 is $20. Woo! $20 is $20. Oh, Dad, the joke's terrible. Oh, why would you tell it? But it is our job as more senior members of the community. There's a few senior people here, I know. I can feel it. I can see it. It's our job as more senior people in the community to remind the young folk how easy they've got it. Is it not? Yes! I tell my kids, I grew up in a house. We all grew up in houses. We had no computers. We had no computer games. We had no TikTok. We had no Facebook. We had no diversity. None of that. When I started in comedy, it was just me, Daryl Summers and Bert Newton. That was it. I said, diversity, we've got an ostrich. We'll bring him out. And that's not enough. We'll bring the duck out. We'll bring Pluck a Duck out. And I went on Hey Hey 8 times. But anyway, I loved it. And anyway, now though, of course, you watch TV. Everything's so diverse, isn't it? Oh my God. I was watching this German serial killer show on SBS the other night. Everyone was so diverse. The lead detective was a young African woman. Her assistant was a young Asian man. Everyone on the police force was multicultural. And they're trying to find someone who was killing teenagers, right? Which is great. They're all multicultural, but I didn't see myself reflected back, did I? Until they arrested the guy who was doing all the killing. And guess what? He was a fucking fat white guy called Dave, and he had his own CPAP and everything. I'm like, oh my God, that's me up there. Anyway, it's good to be recognised. Anyway, we had no computers. Okay, and I say to my kids, you know what? I grew up in a house. We had one TV, we had one toilet, we had one bathroom, we had one heater, and we had a phone with a cord on it. Like, oh my God, did you grow up in Africa, Dad? Or like, my son's like, how do you take photos when the phone had a cord on it? Wow, we had cameras. Who remembers cameras? We had cameras. Remember cameras? You're a bit older than me. You might have had the Yoldi one where you hold up that thing and it goes paffoom. And you go down with the wife, you hold the pitchfork, don't smile. And we would get one roll of film, 12 photos. That's all you got for 1987. 12 photos. That's all you needed. And when my mum took a photo, she didn't take a photo of herself. She turned the camera around and took photos of everyone else. What a fucking idiot, Jesus. And there's no sexing in our generation, was there? No. There was no sexing because we had to take our photos to the chemist and get them developed. And who wanted to be judged by Roger from Amcal? Not me, that's for sure. And he kept all the good ones anyway, didn't he? Like, there's only 11 photos. Where's my dick pic? What happened, mate? Like, asking a girl, that was traumatic. Remember asking a girl, that was traumatic? Like, you might have sent a picture to the next village. You're a bit older than me, but hope Julie from Cessnock gets this. Fucking hell, like... Smoke signals. Anyway. No, we had to ring up the girl on the landline. And that was traumatic. Because my dad was obsessed by the phone. You'd pick up the phone at home, you'd walk past and go, hey! Keep it quick! I've got an important phone call coming through. Fucking no one ever rang him, right? And the only person who ever rang him would be Mum or one of us. And what we would do, we'd do that thing we used to do in the 70s and 80s. We'd give him a couple of rings from the public phone box. Who remembers this? Couple of rings, 3 rings. You're clapping, sir. Good on you. It's hard to explain to a young person how this works. It'll freak them out. Like, okay, so you go to a public phone box. Oh, how do we describe that? You watch Doctor Who, it's like the TARDIS, yeah? There's like... You go in there is a public phone. You put your 20 cents in the phone, right? You dial the home number, you hear it ring 2 or 3 times, and before someone picks up, you hang up and you get your 20 cents back. Yes, couple of rings, yes. And at home, it's a signal to Dad to come and pick you up. So when we'd be at home and the phone would ring, Dad would lose his mind. Don't pick it up, it's your mother. Don't pick it up. She's given us a couple of rings. Don't pick it up, you idiot. Don't pick it up. Oh, hi, Mum. How are you? Yeah. Yeah, Mum needs to be picked up from Safeway, Dad. Yeah. Told you not to pick it up, you idiot. So, Dad, you had to wait till Dad was out of the house to use a phone, right? And also my 3 brothers. So I had 3 brothers. So as soon as you pick up the phone, you would click on the extension line and hear one of your brothers breathing heavily on the other end, like, what are you doing? Oh, I'm going to ring up Sandra and ask her out. Get off the phone. You build up your courage and you say, please pray that Sandra's father doesn't answer the phone. Fuck, he always answered the phone, didn't he? Be like this. Ring, 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 ring. Johnson household. 8743615. Hello, Mr. Johnston. Who's this? Oh, it's David O'Neill. What do you want? I'd like to speak to Sandra, please. She's busy. What do you want with her? I like to root her. So, and then bringing a girl home was traumatic too, because we couldn't just bring girls home willy-nilly, could we? We were all good Christian households. You had to smuggle them in. And it only happened to me once. I convinced Sandra to come home one night, still remember the date, 11th of November, 1988. And got her under the Star Wars doona. Shit started happening. The lightsaber came out. But I was in bunk bed, so all of a sudden my brother's head pops over the top bunk. Look at what's going on down there. Who's that? Shut up, it's Sandra. Oh, show us your tits. I go like that. No. Not yours, you idiot. The good old days, hey? The good old days. Oh, I'm exhausted. Can you go get my CPAP out of the car? I'm bloody staying at the Great Mercure here, the Great Mercure. Have you stayed at the Mercure? The Mercure? No. I'm in a room with 2 single beds, which is awesome, just in case I pick up someone who doesn't want to sleep with me. Like, just lie there holding hands across the precipice. And it's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome times will be had by everyone. But what was your name again? Chris? No. Gavin, that's right, Gavin. Did you survive COVID, Gavin? Did you survive COVID? Yeah. You were working at home on the computers? Yeah. That was a drag. Did you have kids at home or? No. We had 3. It was all Zoom and gloom at my joint. And my wife's like, you're a qualified teacher. You've got to homeschool the kids. You've got a teaching degree. I said, well, number 1, it's a diploma. And number 2, I finished that diploma in 1985. And I never taught. So if I'm teaching the kids, I'm teaching them 85 style. So fucking computers were out. We didn't have them in 85. I started hitting the kids a lot. And most of the time I was just smoking outside near the taps. Like, because I was stressed being a teacher. I remember that when teachers used to smoke. Remember, Gavin, the teachers used to smoke. In the 70s, my grade 4 teacher smoked a pipe. And it was an honour at the end of the day to empty his ashtray. And then in the 80s, they banned smoking in the classroom. Wowzers. And, but you could still do it in the staff room. Remember that? You knock on the staff room door, open it up, it's like gorillas in the mist in there. They're all like, is Miss Johnson in there? We can't find her. In the haze of Bunsen and burners. Both Benson and Hedges, the Bunsen burners. And they've got to bring back some of the things we had at school, yeah? Incinerators. Yes. Kids burning shit, what a great idea. Yeah, maths, bring that, bit of maths would be good occasionally, bit of spelling, bit of 2 2s are 4, 3 2s are 6, 4, anyway, whatever. Not my strong point. Anyway, no, I did love teaching the kids on Zoom. Yeah, great. My favourite thing was when the older teacher, when he'd be teaching a class on Zoom and he'd go, okay, kids, I'm just going to share a document. And they always have the same expression. I don't know Tarquin, help me out here, help me out. Yeah, it was all Zoom and gloom. But you know what? There's some innovations in schools now. Are there any teachers here? There'll be a teacher here. Give us a yell. Oh, up the back, good on you. I was a PE teacher for a long time. Why is that funny? That's how I met my wife. She was in year 12. Anyway, whatever. It's a joke, all right? She was at uni by that stage, but anyway, that's all right. I'm in the government system. My kids are in the government system, even though I'm starting to think boarding school sounds all right. Drop off the kids at 8, pick them up at 18. That'd be awesome. Like, just drive them home. Bloody hell, you've shot up, mate. Look at you. And your sister's changed. Anyway. But no, they've got a lot of innovations at school. When my daughter was in grade 6, they had the opening of the friendship tree. Dad, we're the opening of something very special today. We're the opening of the friendship tree. I go, what's a friendship tree? She goes, Dad, don't laugh. It's a special tree you can go to when you're feeling sad and lonely, and you can meet other sad and lonely kids. He goes, did you have the friendship tree at your school, Dad? I said, yeah, it was called behind the bike sheds. And if there was a friendship tree at the schools I went to, we'd have waited by the tree for kids to turn up and fucking bash them. So now, what they've got at the primary school, they've got like a tent in the middle of the classroom for any kids that are anxious and feeling overcome, and they can go into the tent that the kids have nicknamed the sand tent. And The sad tent. Who's in the sad tent at the moment? I remember I had to go pick up my son in grade 6, and all that was the teacher, Mr. Johnson's feet were just sticking out of the sad tent. Looked like, in The Wizard of Oz when the house falls on the witch. I said, how long's he been in there? Since lunchtime, Dad. Mr. Johnson's in the sad tent. But I volunteer at the school. I volunteered for the grade 6 school camp. I'm a good guy, obviously because I had nothing to do during the day. And they did a background check. Obviously didn't go too far back. And there were no computers in the 80s, were there? No. When I was doing bad shit, obviously there was some fat cop's job to transfer all those written documents to a computer, and he went just, oh, fuck that, I'm going to get a coffee scroll. And we'll leave Dave O'Neill's crimes alone. Anyway, so go on school camp, first night, all the kids, 12, 13, sitting around the campfire. Well, they couldn't have a campfire, health and safety. So they had a laptop with flames on it, and they're all depressed with their marshmallows, and and the teacher's talking about bullying. Don't say mean things to people, kids, don't pick on people. I thought I'd break the ice. I said, my kids, I've been a comedian forever, you can say anything to me, get out of your system, just have a crack. Straight away some kid yells out, you've got a hunchback. I'm like, what? You look like a middle-aged lesbian. I'm like, what? My dad said, you're not funny. I'm like, oh no. I got a bit of ash from the fire. I got to go in my tent. God, it annoyed me. So that night, I went back about 1 a.m, put on my CPAP machine and wandered into the tent like, Voldemort's here! Those kids annoy me. They annoy me. And what happened when my son was in grade 6, I was still walking him to school. And we live only 4 doors away from the primary school, right? Now, I know, people think it's ridiculous, but people always say that's really handy. And it is. When we bought the house, we had 3 babies. I remember my wife, we were holding the babies, and she looked at the end of the street and she said, oh my God, there's a school at the end of the street. I wonder what that school's like. I remember saying, I don't give a fuck. That's where they're going, okay? She's like, what if it's like a Muslim school? I don't care. I change the names of Mustafa, Fatima, just push them out of the door. Enjoy Muslim school. If that was a school for the blind, I would give my kids dark glasses and white sticks and just push them out the door. Dad, I don't want to go to blind school. Oh, mate, you can take the dog. Off you go. Like, Dad, it's a bull terrier. Mate, they're fucking blind. Don't worry about it. That dog can be whatever you want it to be, mate. So, anyway, I was still walking my son to the school 4 doors away, right? And until one of the mums at pickup said, oh my God, you'll love this. My daughter told me there's a boy in grade 6 whose dad still walks him to school and they live 3 houses away. I said, well, for a start, that's me. And it's not 3 houses, it's 4 houses, okay? I'm doing it for his security. My sick neighbours could be full of kiddie fiddlers. You've got no idea what's going on in this street. I go home and tell my wife, she's like, oh my God, you've got to stop walking him to school. He's going to get bullied. Like, here comes old hunchback Lezo with his kid. Oh, here he comes. It really annoyed me. I had to stop walking. It really annoyed me. I want to get those kids back. I want to show them a lesson. So next Tuesday, I've organised for a guy in a white van to kidnap my son. You still right for Tuesday? Good stuff. Don't rough him up. He's a good kid. Good times, good times. Oh, I'm exhausted. I am overweight though. Look at me, I'm overweight. Let's be honest. I went to Jenny Craig. I lost $350. Yeah. My wife's very angry. You should get a lap band. I thought she said a lap dance. And again, I lost $350. I didn't lose any weight at all. I think the girl that she was sweating a lot or crying. Anyway, it's not. Some of these are just jokes. They're not. I look good for my age. How old do you reckon I am? I'm not sensitive. Yell, how old? How old? How old? How old? Just yell out. How old? How old? 25? It's pissed. Anyway, whatever. I'm 59 now. Yeah, I turned 59 the other day. I know. The ladies are going, wow, what's his secret? And never really worked. And being fat hides the wrinkles. And people go, oh, that's Botox. I go, no, this is Greybox. So I shouldn't be this fat, though. I have a twin brother, an identical twin brother, who's very skinny, and we're from the same egg, except my half was fried. And he's interesting. Well, yeah, he lives in Switzerland. He works for the Red Cross, and he's some kind of doctor. Anyway, enough about him. What a fucking loser. He speaks about 4 languages, and he goes, and he's got his accent now. He goes, I don't speak English anymore. I don't speak it on a daily basis. I speak Italian, German, French, and Portuguese when required. And, yeah. And he makes up words. He goes, I went to the Eiffel Tower with the children, but it was a little bit, how do you say in Australia? A little bit too, touristical. Touristical. That's not even a fucking word. Do you remember you grew up in Ringwood in Melbourne, mate? Do you remember that? Your first car was a Tirana, remember that? Your first girlfriend was called Raylene, do you remember Raylene? You used to take her to the Stage 1 disco at the Manhattan Hotel that had a revolving dance hall that spun around, and it was like a chicken rotisserie, all the girls. It's a sushi train for you younger folk. And tell you what though, the revolving dance hall was good for the girls, bit of an out clause for the girls. Like you'd be talking to someone, maybe Sandra, going, fuck, this is going all right. Then you just step back on the dance floor and fuck off. You're like... Where's she gone? Anyway, they did an article on my brother in the Good Weekend magazine. Yeah, in the paper. And they had a photo of him, because he worked for the ICRC. His job was go into and broker peace and stuff. They had a photo with him with all these Somali warlords. I don't know what he's saying to him. Oh, come on, guys, don't vape. Come on. No, let's have a vape. What flavour you got? I've got peach. Yeah, all right. And they used me as the punchline. Glenn's twin brother David, is a stand-up comedian based in Melbourne, but we doubt he's ever faced audiences that have pointed machine guns at him. Fuck off, I've done Wyong. I've done Cessnock, I've done Dubbo, I've done Wagga, I've done Moree, Casino, Byron Bay. They didn't have machine guns anyway. They just had bongs and crystals, but anyway, that was good. Really enjoyed it. Tell you what though, you know you're getting old, don't you, Gavin? When you've got a name like Gavin. No one's having a baby anymore and going, let's call it Gavin. It's not happening, is there? There's no baby Gavins out there. No, there's not. No, but that's all right. It's there are a lot of weird names. I was down the park and this guy's like, Atticus, come here, Atticus. I'm like, what's the name of your kid? Abacus? That doesn't add up. He's like... It's Atticus, mate. I said, well, where's that from? Anyone know where that's from? Atticus? Where's the teacher? To Kill a Mockingbird. You're thinking Star Wars, whatever. Relax. Or the Matrix. And he goes, it stands for truth and justice, and one day one young Atticus will grow up and be a lawyer and fulfill those dreams. What's your son called? I went, him? That's Barney. He goes, where's that from? I go, the Flintstones. One day I want to grow up and work in a quarry with a bloke called Fred and go, yabba dabba doo! But you know you're getting old when the cops look young, don't you? Oh my God, they look young now, and there's no height requirement. Like the other day I thought I'd been pulled over by Anthony Kalia. Because I could hear someone walk up and down the gravel, but I couldn't see him out the car window. I'm like, where is he? Then I looked down and there's this little bloke called Corey. And he's got a police uniform on. And at first I thought, they let a kid dress up as a copper as he's Make-A-Wish. Book week. I didn't know what was going on out there. No, he was a proper copper and he tried to do the voice. He goes, do you realise why we pulled you over? I don't know, Corey, your mum's a big fan of Spicks and Specks, mate. Watch it every night. There it is, 67 times, whatever. You can watch it every night. Don't say you can't watch it. It's on every night. ABC repeated. ABC 2. Mum goes, oh, you're on again. I turn on. I go, that's Alan Bro, Mum. That's not me. Anyone who's a bit fat, she thinks it's me. Oh, you're on again. Meatloaf. That's Meatloaf. You're on again. You're singing a song and it's quite beautiful. I turn it on. That's Katie Lang, Mum. She accused me of dyeing my hair. She goes, are you dyeing your hair? I'm watching you on a TV program. Are you dyeing your hair? I said, Mum, I can't even be fucked washing my hair. What, would that be Spicks and Specks? She goes, yes. I go, well, Mum, that's 15 years old. She goes, oh, Daryl Cotton's got nice hair. I said, Daryl Cotton's dead, Mum. Brian Mannix has got good hair. He should be dead, Mum, but he's still alive. Anyway, no, Corey didn't know who I was. Corey's like, no, I pulled you over because you threw a lit cigarette out the window. I said, it wasn't a cigarette, Corey. It was a twisty. He's like, a what? I go, a twisty, mate. Fell on the ground. I had no use for it. All of a sudden, the big fat sergeant, my age, hanging back, looks in and goes, "Ho, legend alert, whoop, 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 whoop." "You don't know who this is, do you, Corey?" Corey's like, "No." "Oh, we can't book this person. They have brought so much joy to this country. Drive on, driver." Just bangs on the roof. So I drive up the road, I sit back, I light up another cigarette. I hear Constable Corey go to the sergeant. "Who was that person, Sergeant?" The sergeant goes, "Come on, Corey. Jesus Christ. That was Dawn Fraser." I've been Dave O'Neill. Thanks for coming out, Newcastle. I'll see you again on the tram. Thanks, guys.